how well you fit into their world, their friends, their family, his passions and interests.
Mm-hmm.
This is huge. Um, he's going to test you by introducing you to friends, family, whoever's like really important in his life. And he may be seeking them to say, wow, she's great. But also, he wants to see if we can combine lives. Because ultimately, that's what we're trying to do here is, if we're going on one date a week and we're trying to maybe ramp that up to two, three, four, well, we got to integrate friends and family and it's got to be somewhat smooth.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to be perfect on the first try. Like, let's not put a lot of pressure on it, but it has to go somewhat smoothly to see if we can actually combine our lives.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would agree. I would agree. And I'm really that's a big indicator for whether or not you've got a foundation to build a longer term relationship on as well. Because, some of these people, friends and family, are going to be in people's lives, whether you are or not, right? It goes on both sides. And so, and I think also as people get a little bit older, because you and I both work with some older women sometimes, people get a little bit more set in their ways, or maybe they have a little bit more definition around their values or lifestyle choices and exactly how they want to live, the remaining years of their lives. And that becomes a really big factor as to whether those things are going to mesh well.
Yeah, that's a great point. Like, we really get set in our stuff and we got to see if it matches. Because, you know, time is extremely valuable, but especially like I think for my folks over 60, they've tried a lot of things and like, this is the stuff I like. I want to find a person who also likes this stuff. I already know I don't like that stuff. I'm not doing it.
Hmm.
So no reason to waste time with a person that doesn't align in all these same things.
Yeah, and when you're at that stage in life, you're not figuring out life together. You both have kind of figured out your own paths and where you're at. And the 60 and above, one may be retired, one may want to work the rest of their days. One may want to travel, one may want to stay home and work in the garden. One may want to do all kinds of volunteer work. One of them might have a totally different interest. And that's fine to have some different interests, but if your overall lifestyle choices and values are not compatible, you're going to have challenges.
So well said.
Mhm.
And, to piggyback some of that, it's, you're not raising kids anymore. You're at post 60, it's all about having fun. And so
Right.
to your point, like the traveling, the working, all that's got to be aligned or it's not worth it.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And you also look at people through a little bit different lens. When you're maybe when you're in your 30s, maybe you're still both kind of figuring out a career path. You can kind of develop a lifestyle together. But that after 60, people are pretty set in what they want to do in the direction they want to go in. So yeah, it can get a little tricky. And the people around us, the family and the friends, if they don't like this person or you don't mesh, that again can cause all kinds of trouble.
Got that right.
Hmm.
Had that happen.
Like, I don't always know if men are like doing this, like you started with, to kind of like, I don't know that they have in their mind, oh, I'm going to test her in this way. But they are things to be aware of in dating that I think can really make a difference. And the test, as we've talked about in most of these, kind of goes both ways, right? It's a way of getting to know each other and finding out whether or not you can mesh and whether there's compatibility, right?
Yeah, ultimately, yeah, great. The guy's testing you, but for all the women watching this, does he meet your standard?
Hmm.
Like, you are the CEO of your love life. This guy's an intern. He's trying to get the job. Does he meet your standard? And so if he does, cool. If he doesn't, move on to the next. Like, every woman watching this deserves a great, great man. So you're testing him too. And so if he's not up to your level, next.
Yeah, and I think for women, just a reminder, one way to be in that place where you're really finding out, is just what Mike said, to be flipping the switch to not does he like me or am I passing the test, but to flip that switch around and saying, do I like him? Is he the right person for me? Do I see us as being compatible? And having that clarity about that and having the confidence that the right person will see you as valuable. The right person will be willing to hang in there, will be willing to come to you to make you feel comfortable, those kinds of things. And sometimes that's like a big mental switch, because a lot of women have been in the mode of people pleasing or of worrying about, does he like me? Does he like me? And when we flip that switch, there's a lot of power in that. So if you're coming from that place of confidence and knowing your own value, you can really show up that way when you're navigating these so-called tests in a dating relationship.
Well said. I agree.
So, Mike, do you have any final thoughts or last word you want to leave our audience with?
I want all of you to know that you 100% deserve love if that's what you want. Just never give up and have a happy mindset. And if you're at a place where you're not really happy with yourself, go work on that first, get happy. And then once you're happy, you're going to show up big time for these men. And men are going to be falling all over themselves. I don't know if it's the political climate or a pandemic or what's happening, but folks are not happy right now. And we need to work on it. And when you show up as a happy woman, the guy's going to see that because he doesn't see it that often anymore. And there literally is going to be a line at your door to fall all over yourselves for you. And even the guy that, maybe you had something for and isn't showing up the way you want, when he sees you happy again, that guy is going to reevaluate. So everyone get to a wonderfully happy place, as happy as you can be. It doesn't need to be perfect. I'm not saying like the happiest woman in the world. It's not possible. We all have bad days. We all cry. We all get sad. But overall, have a nice life for yourself. Be happy. And then re-enter, whether it be online dating or whatever, and you'll get your guy. And if for folks that are feeling happy and just want a strategy on how to get a guy, come seek me out for coaching. I'll get you a guy. I'm known in our industry for being one of the most successful at getting women a man, and a process to do so. So I'll help you out.
All right, Mike. Well, thank you so much for that and those words of encouragement. Plus, it's a lot more fun to live that way anyway, with or without a guy, being in that happy mindset. All right. So appreciate all of you, all that you've contributed, Mike, and appreciate everybody being here. Bye for now.